many a year and who used to come into the commentary box on display weekends to talk to us about the history of this great airfield. Peter unfortunately passed away not so long ago, and so we'd like to pay tribute to him on this first day of our first air show of 2022.
Indeed so. He was a very passionate historian. He loved Duxford, he loved the people, and he imparted real life into all of our broadcasts. And on top of all that, he was one heck of a nice guy.
He really was, and we indeed still have a contribution from Peter in every show, because some of the notes I bring with me, the incredible lists he provided of all of the squadrons, all of the types in chronological, numerical and alphabetical order that ever served at RAF Duxford, with the RAF, the US Army Air Forces, and even with the Fleet Air Arms Naval Air Fighting Development Unit. I have with me every Duxford show to help inform the historical side. So that's our tribute to Peter Murr. Not long to go now. The two Strikemasters are lined up down at the right-hand end of the airfield. They're going to be getting airborne from the hard runway to go out and hold initially before our first display item proper gets into the air. The Strikemasters are act we've seen in Duxford several times in recent seasons, but our opening act of the show this afternoon is one that some of you may have seen elsewhere, because usually Duxford is going to create a very dramatic impression indeed. But here go the two Strikemasters. Duxford Summer Airshow, and Sudan, and several of those used them in combat. Ecuador did so, so did South Yemen, and Oman did so in particular. Strikemasters carry Omani colours, and they, as I say, recall some of this type's most active frontline service. The Strikemasters of what was then known as the Sultan of Oman's Air Force were heavily engaged in the Dhofar Rebellion. That was a conflict in which communist-backed rebel forces, which were known as the Adu, meaning the enemy, were trying to take over the Dhofar province of Oman from the Sultanate's control. Before the Strikemaster, the Sultan of Oman's Air Force had operated the piston-engined Percival Provost. This aircraft was a significant step up. From that, it was much faster, which meant that it could arrive on station to support ground troops that much more rapidly if required, and of course its armament was significantly more potent. In from the left for a topside pass. Or 16 of those Sura rockets and a pair of 540-pound bombs, plus a pair of 7.62mm machine guns. They even introduced a rudimentary night attack capability with these airplanes, latterly with target illuminating flares. And the introduction of these jets also had a major demoralizing effect on the enemy forces in Dhofar. Their most famous engagement came on the 19th of July 1972. It was the Battle of Mirbat. Strikemasters were much involved. They were providing close air support to forces including elements of our own SAS, the Special Air Service. The Strikemasters carried out strafing passes and attack runs using light rockets, but it came at a cost. 3 of the Omani Strikemasters were shot down during the course of the whole rebellion. Now in come the two aircraft towards us for a break. services are based at Arden Airport in Chester, with the most service with the now Royal Air Force Summer Airshow. It's a very low-hour airplane, around 2,400 hours on the clock, and is the newest of the Strikemasters ever produced. Joining it is one of the newest classic jets to be put onto the British Civil Register and take to the air for the first time in UK civilian hands for quite a while. It's a Mark 80A model. That's the second of the two aircraft you can see performing a barrel roll in front of us. On this aeroplane were on an Omani Strikemaster that saw service during the Dhofar War, and they have repaired bullet holes in them. The colour scheme is that of an Omani example. One, the Mark 82A